if I gave you Manu Ginobili's career or Carmelo's career, Chris Paul's career, or Russell Westbrook's career, whose career would you take, Manu's or one of the other three?
Yeah, that's hard. I'm a big Ginobili fan. I always have been, and I think there was a time he was never better than Tim Duncan, but there was one playoff year, and I can't remember which one of the titles, 07 maybe, where I think he was the most important player on the team, if that's possible, at least for a brief amount of time. And to win all those titles and to have I would take him way beyond Carmelo. Carmelo's whole career has been about money and happiness, and it's just been one trip to a conference finals. Chris Paul, Westbrook, there's too much left for Westbrook's career. But I would take Ginobili over Chris Paul or Anthony. Not saying he's a better player, but I would take that career with all those championships and be defined that way. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, and I tell people it's not the NBA, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. When they go, he's been a great Olympian. A lot of these guys, their careers have to do with college or international play as well. And, I think the beauty of it is that he embraced being a sixth man. People talk about Tim Duncan being the Spurs way. I think Ginobili was more of the San Antonio Spurs way than Tim Duncan was, because he had to embrace it, be a team player, and he's a star in his country. But with the Spurs, he was willing to be a role player.
Right. He was like if the Beatles had lasted longer and George Harrison had been fine, to just be George, let Paul and John get all the credit, knowing he could go solo. And even though he had a brief solo career, he was highly respected.
So
he was highly respected by Eric Clapton and all the rest.
Let me recap the comparison. Manu Ginobili is the George Harrison of the Spurs or of the NBA?
Okay, I may not have completely thought this out. No, of the Spurs.
But I like it. I like
Tim Duncan and Popovich. Tim Duncan and Popovich would be Paul and John.
All right.
And you decide which
Who's
one is
Ringo?
more important. Tony Parker.
Tony Parker's Ringo?
There
no, that's mean to
Loved
Tony.
By the crowd. No, that's probably not right. Give it to Bruce Bowen if you want.
Bruce Bowen is Ringo. Who's Pete Best? Never mind. All right. Good luck.
Oh, wow.
No, never mind. Don't worry about it.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.